Hello everybody. Thank you for taking time to click on this video. It is a sort of different setup. I am not home right now. I just wanted to do a quick video to send out a huge thank you, huge amount of love to everybody who had commented on my community post, who is checking up on me via their comments. I am still watching some YouTube budgeters while I am in recovery. I just want to say thank you so much for the love, the prayers, the thoughts. You have no idea how much it means to me. I have some people obviously in my life that have been checking up on me while I've been recovering, but to know that there are just people out there in this budgeting community thinking of me while I'm recovering from surgery, I appreciate it so much. And if you are like confused, you have no idea what this is about, I am Deidre. I'm in my mid to late 30s. I actually work full-time in healthcare, and I am a cash budgeter and have been for quite a while. So if you haven't seen any of my videos, please go back and watch them. I had surgery that was actually at the very beginning of June. It was unexpected in the way of when I had seen the surgeon at the end of May. He had talked about getting me on his list to have surgery for the summer, and I got a call on the Monday, so like 3 days later, saying they had an opening to have surgery on the Thursday. So I have not done any cash stuffing on video for the month of June. I did cash stuff my first paycheck of June. I did need to spend some of that money, as when I was released from hospital after surgery, I needed to buy a prescription. I needed to buy some supplies, as I do have a wound and I did have a drain in as well. I just got my drain out on Monday, which is awesome, as I was having some troubles just sleeping. If anybody's ever had a drain, depending on the location, it can be very super annoying, as you can't get comfortable in a lot of positions. So I'm super happy to have that out. I still have my wound. I still have my incision that they're checking up on. My home care case manager is was having nurses come and change my dressing daily. Now that I have my drain out, I am just needing to kind of get it done, looked at about once a week, just to make sure everything is healing properly. So yeah, that is, we're making progress. I am not driving yet. I can start driving actually I've been about post-surgery about 2 weeks now, between 2 and 3 weeks, only while I'm comfortable. I haven't driven anywhere. Sorry if you hear the dog in the background. I'm at my parents' house and he wants attention. Stop. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm still at my parents' house. I will not be actually back to work until the Tuesday after the long weekend. My surgeon, I actually had 2 surgeons actually, regarding this. So yeah, I'm not back to work until August. I don't know if I will be filming any cash stuffing for July, but I will be doing cash stuffing for July, as I need to stay on track. I have changed a few of my goals. I never shared them on the channel, but I was going to start really heavily saving for a new home. I had to re-sign my mortgage for the end of June, and I debated, and I was going to do a 1 year, as my goal was to purchase a different place in 2026. But I did sign a 2-year mortgage, as I think realistically saving for a new place, I would be using quite a bit of equity in my current condo, but just all the added fees that come with moving. I think giving myself maybe 2 years, I might start looking kind of in the spring, summer of next year, and just see if there's anything out there that I want to purchase. And then I might talk to a mortgage specialist and see if I can just porter my mortgage then. So we'll kind of see. I did sign for 2 just because it was a less amount payment wise. So yeah, just kind of thinking, since I've actually had the surgery, I've been really thinking about applying for a different job within my organization. I guess what kind of spurred that on is, not that I haven't always sort of been looking, but during this whole surgery recovery process, my manager as well as my manager, because my manager has left to go to a new job, but she's sort of in that transition period. They have been wonderful throughout them finding out last minute that I'm going to be having surgery, and that stuff will have, my work will have to be covered. I literally only have 2 coworkers on my team, and one I am Facebook friends with. She has made no effort to reach out to me to see if I am okay. So I think that just knowing that, like, and I'm not saying that that necessarily is indicative of her not caring. She has, I think, kind of, we have a coworker that's a mutual coworker that I consider a friend, and I've considered a friend for years. Wanted to know if I could divulge, if she could divulge sort of maybe what was going on a little bit more, as my coworker, I think, has been, I think she just doesn't want to do she just doesn't want to cover for me. She just doesn't want to do my tasks. So I'm just getting the feeling that I am not appreciated whatsoever. I am not cared about whatsoever. And really that shouldn't be news to me, because that is just the way of the world. But I think just going through this surgery has really spurred me to just look for a new job. I've had this surgery. I think it would be a great time if I could get a new position, kind of like a new chance. So yeah, I have been sort of looking. It is sort of hard to move within my organization, depending on your education and also what jobs you're looking for. So I can't at this moment afford to really, in a way, like drop down. I can't really afford to lose money at this point, because I kind of do need every dollar. So kind of looking at like a lateral move or a higher move. So I have been looking every once in a while. I haven't found anything yet to apply for, but I am on the lookout, and I will be actively looking once I do return to my job in August, at getting a different position and kind of really making it an active thing. Whereas in the past, it was kind of every once in a while I'd look. I'm going to make it more of an active thing that I do all the time. And I'm just not going to be scared. I think I've been in my current role for so long that I wouldn't say I'm like, I can only grow so much in that role and in that department. There's not a lot of opportunity to move up in the department itself. It's just the way it is. So I think just not being afraid to try out for something in a different department and just hopefully get it so that I can learn maybe some new skills, use my skills in a different way. Just not being fearful of doing that is kind of what I'm trying to tell myself throughout this whole thing. If you are curious what kind of surgery I did have, so I was diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome back in February of 2020, just before the world kind of went into total lockdown. The doctor had ordered me to be tested for carpal tunnel, as I was experiencing symptoms since 2018 that I had been tracking and seeing. Is it a certain time? Is it a certain activity? Is there something that, and that's kind of what you have to do when you're dealing with your own sort of healthcare, is track everything, write it down. So when you go to the doctor, you can say, hey, this is what's been happening. This is when it's been happening. This is sort of what it was. So I was diagnosed. It's actually, I think, a lot more common than people think. It's way more, seems to be happens way more in the US. I don't know if just Canadians just are not diagnosing it properly. But anyways, it took a long time. I didn't know what to do when I got the diagnosis, and then eventually I started going to physio. As physio, it's sometimes related to posture. My posture is awesome, so physio wasn't totally helping. I was also seeing another doctor for something else, and he sent me to another neurologist, as they're the ones that diagnose it most of the time, and he said, no, you don't have it, but you have tendonitis. So dealing with tendonitis. I still have tendonitis. We're dealing with that. But the doctor I was seeing for my tendonitis kind of said, I don't think that that's an accurate diagnosis, and sent me for an MRI, which took a long time to occur. And the MRI did confirm it. They usually do confirm it. This syndrome is usually you rule things in and you rule things out. There's no one definitive test to determine it, but the MRI did confirm it yet again. And then eventually I saw a thoracic surgeon who was like, yes, based on your symptoms, based on what you're dealing with, yes, I'm pretty sure you have this. But he also thought he saw something on my first MRI and sent me for a second MRI just to confirm it. They did find something in my C-spine, but the spinal surgeon did not think it was related to this thoracic outlet. It was sort of like another thing that I had. I was sent for some injections last November to see if it helps. Again, ruling in, ruling out. They did injections into my C-spine. Symptoms did not really get any better. So I think it's easy to rule that out. This surgeon I saw at the end of May was the double confirmation for my thoracic surgeon from this other thoracic surgeon, whether or not I had this, the only real thing they can do, they confirmed that I did not have an extra rib, so an extra cervical rib. The MRI did confirm that. It's not something that I was born with, so it's not like I had a malformation in my body that was the cause of this. So the second surgeon at the end of May, he did confirm. He said, yes, I think if you want surgery, we will do surgery. The only surgery they can do for this is they go in and remove a rib. So my surgery was to remove my first rib on my left side because my left side is way worse. The surgery went textbook. I had no issues. I've had no issues since. I did not spend very long in the hospital as I am incredibly stubborn, but I also have an incredibly high threshold for pain, and I wasn't really feeling pain. I was just feeling discomfort, obviously, from the drain, the incision, and just being put into a position for hours on end while they did the surgery on me. So that is a surgery I've had. I do notice a lot less compression in my chest, as that is definitely something that is part of thoracic outlet, is the compression. What happens is there's compression on your nerves as well as sometimes on your arteries. And so what I was getting was a lot of what I call fatigue in my arms and just sort of compression feeling in my chest area, but and a little bit of numbness in my hands as well. Working a job that requires me to be on the computer for 8 hours a day definitely did not help the situation. And while the doctor was like, you need to get up every hour and be away from your computer, I have been involved in meetings that are hour and a half, 2 hours, that it's really hard to get up and literally get away from your computer for that amount of time because you're having to be engaged in it. So I did try and get up as much as I could. I did have to take over-the-counter meds, as that's the only thing they really prescribe. It's to help get the inflammation down in your body and not continue that cycle of like inflammation, pain happening. So I will be seeing the surgeons in kind of mid-July. I think that they're just going to want to see how things are going. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. I might start driving short distances here. I don't think I'm up for driving long distances, as where my drain where my drain was, so the hole is still there. It's healing up, and the incision make it a little difficult to use my left arm up in a higher position. So yeah, I might just start driving short distances. But yeah, so far my recovery has been, I would say, okay. I'm hoping to get back to doing some working out besides like walking here in a little bit. I can start lifting some weights kind of after 3 weeks. I am trying to take it easy because I am, like everybody in my life knows, I am stubborn. So I'm really trying to take this time to heal and recover, as I will never get another chance to recover. And if I push myself too hard, then I'm just going to end up with issues down the road. So yeah, that was my surgery. If anybody was interested, that was what was happening. So yeah, I hope everybody is doing well, doing fantastic. I hope you have some summer plans. I will hopefully be going camping with my parents in July for a little bit, and then yes, it will be back to work. My ideal would be that I would actually find a job in this time period and basically be able to say, I'm coming back for 2 weeks and then I am leaving. That would be kind of my ideal goal. So yeah, we will see how that plays out. I don't know if I will film my July cash stuffings or even my first paycheck in August, as it's right after I get back to work, but I am cash stuffing. So when I do get back to cash stuffing, you will see that. I have been enjoying watching videos when I feel well enough to do so. And again, I just want to say a huge amount of thank you to everybody who has sent me prayers, sent me love, has been checking up on me. You really have no idea how much that means to me. I don't even know if I can put into words how much that means to me. I am so appreciative and so thankful. So I hope that you know that and that you actually are making a difference in that. So yeah, I will, don't know what the next video will be, but I will catch you on the next one. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.